have to come out for this. So I left Knoxville, Tennessee, and flew out to San Francisco for 4 weekends and learned this model. The person who taught that was an acupuncturist. In the course that day, I remember we gathered in some conference room there on the wharf in San Francisco. We had computer people in the class. We had some actors and actresses. We had a forest ranger. I happened to sit down next to an internationally known trans-chandler, which was quite an interesting conversation. But to tell you that it was an eclectic group is an understatement. And from that point on, I became engrossed with this model. Now, and subsequently took another course that Nancy Post did. She was the acupuncturist that I learned all this from. And as I took that second course, I really started using this in the organizational work I was doing. And about 10 years later, 2 or 3 consultants, friends of mine, joined with me, and we actually did a book on this model that talked about taking this into organizational life. It's called Nature's Wisdom in the Workplace, and I have some copies here if you're interested in it. What I wanted to do today is really twofold. One, I wanted to introduce you to the model and why I think it's useful, both personally and professionally. That's another point I want to make today. I know you're gathered here as businesswomen, but we all have a personal side that absolutely blends into everything else we do in our business life. So I want to touch on both personal and business today. And one of the things we're going to do as I get further into the presentation is I actually want you to do some things there at your table. So that's why you have some cards there at your table. If you'll just pick those up where you can get to them. Also, if you'll notice in the back of your handout packet, you have an addendum that's called Tips in Using the 5-Element Model. And then you also have a bibliography at the very end. So if you're curious about other books, if that's already a question in your mind, where can I learn more about this, that bibliography is there in the back of the